We may have legitimately just... Did you just wipe back in?
That is amazing.
Isn't it?
Hang on, I want to see it too.
Okay, here, I'll show you.
No, I did not actually place any orders.
Ready? Here we go.
Legitimately, though, there are 14 things in our cart. They're just saved for later.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think it was the main core stage. That's not an Atlas. That's an Agena upper stage.
Oh, is it?
Oh, that thing just folded.
Or is it?
That
or is
thing
it
just
an Atlas
folded in
Agena?
half.
Yeah, it's an Atlas Agena, not an Atlas Centaur.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the core stage that has that ballooning effect thing. Although there's a cool story. I don't know if they ever did it, but I guess the guys on the Atlas program made a bet with all the guys in the whole like Redstone Alabama program that their whole pressurization idea would work, and they like dared them to like hit it with a sledgehammer while it was pressurized and see if they could get it to puncture. And I never like the story goes that they did, but I never like found there anything that they actually did do that or not. But still, it was just cool that they had so much confidence in it, and for the most part, it did work.
An Agena upper stage in your Amazon shopping cart. Yeah, that was hilarious. All right, we need an open. Oh, and Grumpy Space says, I'm at work right now, no Alexa here. So you just need, since you watch live, you probably won't go back and watch on demand. But
you won't make that mistake.
Somebody is watching
for you.
with an echo, and they're like, what did you just do to me?
Cancel.
Oh my God. Ugh. That is scary. Ben showed that's not. Ooh.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Someone put Mike's face on everyone.
That's
All right.
a bizarre face.
I don't feel so good looking at that. I'm going to throw up, I think.
We need an open. Does tomorrow have an LDRS rocket? We should.
I don't know. Do you want my rocket to be the first spot?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You mean you don't have your Orion test ready?
That's going to take a long time to get that all figured out, so trust me on that. That's not, I'm probably thinking like a couple years from now, because first of all, I have to design it, I have to make sure it works correctly, and then I also have to make sure I'm allowed to do that as well. So, because I'm literally going to have to go to someone and they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to chuck explosives out the back of this vehicle and see if it moves it.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't see any problems.
Pretty neat.
What level certification do you have, Jared?
1.
Are you going to do your level 2?
Not this time. Probably in November I will do my level 2.
I have my purple certification.
I have a J570.
I have an M4218-Delta.
I have a certification of potato.
Potato, give me some.
Okay.
Wow.
If no one knows about it, it's not a crime. Oh no, they will find me.
Let's never do another show while hungover.
Oh yeah.
Secrets out of the bag.
I have my coffee. We had.
Can we never do that again?
I'm the only sober person here.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Mike too. I don't know, Mike. Are you hungover?
He's always hungover.
It was so painful.
That show was okay, wasn't it?
I think for you two being hungover, it was excellent.
Yeah, I didn't want to let anyone know that I was basically faking it through the whole show, but yeah. I just want to be in bed taking a nap right now.
Soon enough.
Open.
Yes.
Open.
What is it, Christmas? Jesus.
All right, I'll say launches. Mike, which one do you want? Static fire?
Hydrazine clouds.
We're done with Mike.
Or maybe Mike's not going to participate.
No, we're done. No, I mean, yeah, he's like, no open for me.
Who does?
So what? Hydrazine cloud? From what screen? Oh, like on your? Yeah. Can you hit you can hit the snapshot button or snap? It doesn't matter.
Ooh, apple
Ha
fudge.
ha. Icarus Factor. It's like the one time I'll actually think that any sort of pun sort of thing is funny.
What did Icarus Factor say?
Mic drop.
That's great.
Pretty fire.
That's great. You want to just hang up on him and call him back?
Look at the pretty fire.
Is it hot fire?
Very hot.
No, it's lukewarm fire.
Put your hand on it, see if it's hot.
Nope.
Wow, do you use palm olive? Anyways,
I got it.
thank you.
I don't get it.
Really?
It's okay.
Actually, you shouldn't. Yeah, why do you get that? You're too
Look
young
at
for
that
that.
vernier motor. It's
That
just
is-
like, I'm trying!
Yeah, don't chill.
I can't keep it! That's amazing. I love seeing stuff like that.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Hey,
Hang on, we're just looking at the...
what up,
Fire.
Look at the
bro?
rockets blowing up.
Oh, man. Okay.
Thank
so,
you, Grumpy Space. Exactly. Jared's too young to remember that. You're soaking in it.
Have I been looking at Mars while it's close? Yes, I have. Been using one of my friend's telescopes. He's letting me borrow it. It's pretty awesome. I've been able to, from here in LA, to get surface detail
Nice.
through the telescope. But I'm trying to figure out a way to put a planetary camera in there so I can actually take images of it and get some surface
Is that a
detail.
camera
on
the
it.
size of a planet?
No, it's a planetary camera is actually a camera designed specifically for planetary objects.
It's sort of like saying wedding camera.
Yes.
Oh, so
'Cause
it's
there
the
are-
it's the exact same thing as a regular camera. It
Yeah.
just costs 4 times more.
Yes.
Got it.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. Just like there are certain cameras that do certain things in astrophotography.
Yeah,
like
so-
there is planetary, deep sky, lunar, solar.
Do they have an astrology camera?
No, they do not.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
wait, isn't that an Aura camera?
Yeah. All right,
I'm leaving.
I'll say launches. Mike, you want to say? Do you want to say static fire or hydrazine?
Static fire.
Static fire, and then what's your name, Jared? You'll say Planet 10.
9.
Sure. I mean, if you want to deny Pluto its rightful place as a planet, I guess that's fine. But history is not on your side on this particular battle. Just so you know.
All I know is I'm throwing my support with Mike Brown, the guy who discovered all these other planets anyway. So whatever he says they are, that's what I'm going with.
The guy who discovered that was the best way to phrase that ever.
You all are going on my list.
I like
All
how
right.
he's pretty much just been like, yeah, screw you guys. We're going to call him whatever we want.
Number one. Here's number 1. Coming up, series of launches.
Static fires.
Planet 9.
And we're going to talk about Elon Musk a little bit. Stay tuned. You know, we're
that a
just
short
gonna
joke?
we're gonna be like, hey, Elon, how's it going? Let's try that again. Elon drops some hints at his Mars plans. And Elon hints at some of his Mars plans. Okay, there we go.
And Elon's Musk on Mars.
No. Number 2. Number
sure?
2. Number 2. Coming up, a series of launches.
Static fire tests.
Planet 9.
And Elon drops some hints on his Mars plans. Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now. You like that one?
Your voice is actually gravelly. It's like the one time you should be like, right now.
I don't know that I can.
Wow,
As you do.
that was descriptive.
Thanks, Vince.
No problem.
Jeez.
Do what I can.
Did you just aw geez?
Aw, jeez.
Holy buckets.
Oh no.
Aw jeez. Don't you know you betcha.
We should all do like an intro like we're really hungover. Like coming up, Planet 9. God, don't talk so loud.
Coming up, can we make it darker?
Oh my god.
Coming up, I need a Rockstar recovery.
Seriously, what is going on?
Thanks, Dada.
There's also some.
Coming up, don't talk so loud, Mike.
Coming up, I need a banana.
Coconut water.
Maybe some carbs or something.
Oh my god, give me the Starbucks.
I just want some.
burritos.
Do you have an Advil?
Yeah.
I just want some French toast.
I think that's why I want pizza so badly.
Oh god, tomorrow weekend's right now.
I'm having
yeah,
pizza tonight.
We want to go to
Pizza.
Naples?
I'm going to a pizza part. I'm
You
going.
want to go to Naples? Yeah. You want to do?
The peanut gallery does. Holy crap.
I actually am
You want to
going.
do pizza twice?
Sure, I'd love to do pizza twice.
All right. Oh yeah, we're going to Naples.
Wait, was
Should I pick up? Should I pick up Xander on the way? or-
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
Xanadu?
Or do you guys want to pick up Xander or no?
No.
Okay.
Is that an allowed
I mean,
answer?
where are my pants?
So Space Michael, will you be joining us for pizza tonight?
If you want to Skype me.
Oh my god, that would be super awkward. They'd be like, oh, is it a table for 4? Actually, oh, I suppose it'd be 6. Is it a table for 6? Actually, it's 7.
This is my virtual reality presence.
You just showing you the menu, be like, what would you like, Mike? What would you like to order?
I'll take 8-inch of just your meat lovers is fine. Cool.
He wants the meat lovers.
Give this man some meat.
Mini Stoge, you can join. We could probably put you on Carrie Ann's phone.
all of the words.
So Elon.
Metal shavings.
Elon is awesome and all, but there were a few times when he did start with all of the words at once. And I'm like,
Okay,
He's
but
gotten better though.
He has.
Looking
He's
at
gotten
old
much better.
speeches he gave, some of them are hard to get through. He's
yeah.
gotten better.
You're
Yeah.
one to talk, Ben.
yeah, exactly.
I
Here's
did
the
not
thing.
do super well today. Going into, what was it, segment 2, I miserably failed.
Like most people, though, when you are well versed in a topic and you've had the conversation before, you kind of hone what it is that you want to say. Anybody is much better at that. When you're speaking completely off the cuff, even if it's something you've thought about, but you actually haven't made it into sentences to another human being before, you're trying to, and then, you want to, right? Because you're trying to gauge your audience. You're trying to figure out what's the best way to explain it to somebody else. You're trying to figure out what's the most efficient way of conveying the information, et cetera, et cetera. That's why,
Actually, speaking
it
of-
is one of the joys and one of the fun things about any show live when you don't have it scripted or anything along those lines, because then you do get those really brilliant moments every once in a while. But then at the same time, you do have to put up with us kind of going, well, just because if you want
Yeah.
it just that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So.
I had a thing I was going to say.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I think we all think faster than we all talk, right?
That's
Yeah.
definitely me.
That's my biggest problem while filming space pods. I'll have I'll even write it out so I know exactly what I want to say, and I'll still start talking too much. I'm doing it right now, even.
Right. Although at the same time, because Ben and I have had this issue before, where we'll try and come up with a main topic. We'll think this is a good main topic. We'll actually discuss it for a little bit, and then by the time we get it on camera live, because we've already had the discussion, our thoughts are actually kind of scattered because the initial conversation was really good and we're feeding off of each other and we had a lot of interesting things to say. But now we feel when we're on camera, we've already said those things. Right. And so you try to pick what the good things were, but now they're out of order, or it feels weird, or it's just not quite right, or what have you. There's something to be said about speaking off the cuff.
No, you're right.
But there's also something to
actually,
be said about planning out what you want to say.
The thing that disappointed me most about that presentation wasn't Elon. I thought he actually did a really good job and was really interesting. What disappointed me most was Walter and I have forgotten her name, Walt Mossberg and...
I've only watched segments, so I don't actually know what
I don't remember her name. I didn't feel like the questions were good enough.
Interesting.
Okay. I didn't agree with the direction in which they led him, because you're always leading your guest in a certain direction.
You
to go,
should be at least
right?
a little bit.
And they would kind of cut him off a little bit or wouldn't. I don't know. It didn't feel as good as it could have been. There were a few good moments, like, no, seriously, how big is that rocket going to be?
Right.
It would have been nice. If you keep poking at Elon, he'll sometimes break down for you,
Sometimes.
right?
Oh, I'll have to remember that when I go on a factory tour.
It won't work then. No, you got to put a large audience in front of him, and you got to get the audience to be like, yeah, no, what? And then he'll be, and then he'll.
Hey, how big is it?
How tall are you?
How big is it? What?
How tall are you?
What do you mean?
What is your height?
6'3".
Okay.
Why, am I taller than Elon? Or
No, but you're close. I'm really easy to ignore.
would I intimidate?
Because I'm short.
him, or?
No.
Oh.
I don't think he gets intimidated. But I wouldn't really.
Was she really kicking his legs a lot?
I like how they kept calling it United Air Alliance.
Seriously?
Yeah, like I'm assuming they meant United Launch Alliance.
No, she meant United. They said like United Air, right?
Yeah.
No, like the airline.
Oh.
Yeah,
But United but it's not United Air Alliance though. The airline?
I
It's
didn't
just
hear
United
alliance.
Air.
I heard a United
United
Airline.
Airlines?
Oh, I heard Air Alliance.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention.
It was actually a really. Actually, if you haven't already, hit YouTube, Elon Recode, and yeah, it was a really great. Elon did pretty good. There are obviously a few moments, but like you said, off the cuff.
Off
and
the cuff, anyone's
actually
going to do that.
So, I think that is what. So complaining aside, speaking out of the other side of my mouth, it's kind of what makes Elon special, is that he isn't super scripted and polished.
Sure.
Right? And because when you get that super scripted and polished, it feels corporate and fake.
Yeah.
Like you're holding something back or you're manipulating something. And I don't get that from him.
Or you've memorized a script.
Yeah, or as Kitty's saying, you've memorized the script, you've memorized your talking points.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you don't get that feeling from him. It's more of a, no, let's just have a conversation about this stuff. Let's talk, here's how we're going to change the world. Right? And
Yes.
that's pretty cool. There's something pretty cool about that.
Yeah.
It does, I mean, it is a little annoying that he stumbles over himself, but that's also, I think, what adds to,
His charm.
yeah.
The humanity.
I also feel like it makes people listen to him more because whenever someone's like that and you are paying attention to what they're saying, you kind of have to like pay attention even more. You're kind of hanging on his next word. Whenever he has delays like that, I guess. And I feel like it makes people pay a lot more attention to what he says and hopefully get the meaning of it a little bit more impactfully.
As Swan327-2 said, Elon was okay, his interviewers were awful. I wouldn't say they were awful, but Walt Moss, I mean, their background is technology, right? They're technology reporters. And so if you'd thrown a Bill Gates, a Steve Jobs, or someone like that up on stage and talking about tech, I think they would have been in their zone. I think this was a little too far out of their normal area of expertise. And so I don't think they quite knew what questions to ask or how to guide him. And they didn't do bad. I wouldn't say that they were awful or they did bad, but I think if we had an aerospace reporter up there,
Well, yeah, I mean,
or
knowing
a consumer grade actually that's really hard to find. An aerospace reporter who can speak to the general populace without sounding like an aerospace geek.
Right.
If we had someone like that up there,
Like Miles O'Brien.
like Miles O'Brien, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
Miles
It should have
O'Brien
been
would be
Miles O'Brien.
amazing.
That's exactly right. If Miles O'Brien was up there, that interview would have been mind-bogglingly awesome.
Yeah, that would have been great. Well, maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I think that's always, I guess that's how I feel uncomfortable when I'm conducting interviews, when I don't know enough about the topic. I don't know how to direct the questions because I just don't know enough I don't even know where to go. Like, we could go anywhere, right? Because I don't know anything. But I guess that's how I see the differentiation between you and I giving interviews or conducting interviews, not giving interviews, where you kind of know enough, at least a little bit, that you kind of guide a little bit.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I'm blind and in the dark. Like, I got nothing.
Sure. I get it. But there's, yeah, I get it.
I used to have that problem all the time when I would do interviews for moonandback.com. Some of the guys, I'd either heard of their company before or already knew what they were working on, and others I'd never heard of their company before and didn't even know we were going to do an interview with them. I'd finish one and be like, okay, I got this interview lined up for you, and I'd be like, oh, and be in that same situation, I would just have to be just like, okay, so, all honesty, I know nothing about your program, so please tell me, what is it all about, and then based on there, I'd kind of try to steer and get more information on certain things that I thought might be more interesting to our viewers or something like that. So.
Well, then even like just knowing the industry, right? Like Ben was saying, like these are tech people, so they may not know enough about the car industry to ask enough questions about Tesla that are interesting, enough to know about aerospace industry to ask enough questions that are interesting. When you don't know when you're like, yeah, okay, cool, rockets go up, and that's all you really have.
Actually, it's
difficult.
The chat room brought up an interesting point. Vax Headroom or
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert. Actually, when he's not in persona, he's a really good interviewer.
He's a fantastic
Actually,
interviewer.
I think even in or out of persona, he's a fantastic interviewer.
And he's interviewed Elon before too, a couple times.
And the thing with Stephen Colbert, actually, he would have been really great too, but he's the opposite side of the spectrum, where I don't know that he knows a whole lot about aerospace, but because he doesn't, he can guide the interview and be like, I don't understand that. Explain that to me in words that I understand. And then Elon would go, and he does generally pretty good, and then once in a while he starts to diverge into math, and Stephen Colbert would be like, okay, bring that back into something that most of us can understand.
Yeah, well, and no offense to Stephen Colbert, because he does conduct really amazing interviews. He also has a team of people behind him. There are some general things that some 4 or 5 points that he wants to hit, and then when you go, you're on point one, and he goes, okay, but I don't understand that. Let's come back. Okay, explain that to me. Cool. Now let's move on to this other point that I want to make sure that I want to hit. It's my failure is that I don't have those 3 or 4 points that I know I want to hit. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Where I feel is like you do to a certain extent. And Colbert is a serious space geek, absolutely, but I don't think that this interview was specifically to be only about space things and SpaceX.
It wasn't. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, and I think the thing that gets me, which is a little bit of a reversal from, say, 5 years ago, is that the problem with the interview wasn't Elon. I think Elon did a fine job. The problem with the interview was the interviewers, and I know that the interviewers themselves are actually good interviewers. Like, they're very good at their jobs, and so I just felt like they didn't quite hit it out of the park with that particular one. I mean, they've got this incredible personality there, and I didn't feel like they fully utilized them as best they could. They stepped on him too much, like they were talking over him a little bit too much. Just kind of stop, sit there, let Elon complete his thoughts, because sometimes he does this and then he starts to diverge this way, and then maybe he goes back this way. But all of those diversions are interesting and cool and neat, and you never quite know what you're getting out of Elon. Anyhow.
That's why there's that website.
Loose cannons are awesome.
I'm just about done.
Are we done?
Short after dark.
I'm dying quickly
Yeah.
on air.
Yeah. Is it nap time? Is it no pizza night and we're gonna nap and then that's that?
I don't know. Quite possibly. I'm losing steam.
All right. I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry, in-house crew. I got you all excited about pizza, and that's not going to happen.
No, that very well might happen, but I mean, unless anybody wants to watch me sleep on camera.
You say that, and
And
watch
Sure.
the chat room.
Carrie Ann Cam 2016.
I snore like a truck driver.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
It's not pretty.
No, it is not.
It's probably hilarious.
Do humidifiers work for you at all? Or have you ever tried humidifiers?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
I have a CPAP, so I have sleep apnea because of the shape of the back of my throat. It's just the dumbest thing ever.
He has the kind that you can fix with a CPAP.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Well,
I'm also not going to go to a doctor.
Could get a pair
I
of
know.
scissors.
No, I think because apparently, do you snore?
Carrie can.
Yeah, I used
That's
to
funny.
snore.
Right, but without the CPAP, you would snore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that is a telltale. Like, there are 3 versions of sleep apnea, and I don't remember what they're called. But the most common is the kind that you likely have.
I think
'cause
it's
you snore.
obstructive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have been told, and I'm near positive this is correct, because I've woken up and forgotten to breathe, but I don't snore. and it's the second kind is like your brain isn't sending the commanding to actually breathe. So that, as I understand it, that is not fixed with the CPAP machine.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't actually know.
And he's not gonna go to a
I'm not going to go
doctor,
to a
so-
doctor. So
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, once I got my CPAP, it was like night and day. It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
Your brain likes oxygen and rest.
Yeah, and I have the full. I use the full. Some people use the little pillows on their nose, but I have like the full
full,
face mask.
yeah.
And when I went in to do the study, I like put it on and fell asleep in 5 minutes. And they were like, "How did you do that? Like most people can't handle that." And I was like, "Oh, because I wanted to sleep." Like,
Right? Because I was effing tired.
it's like
that's
I'm
why.
a fighter jet pilot in my dreams. You know,
You could be like Darth Vader.
talk to me, Goose. What?
Oh
Darth.
man.
Darth Vader? Yeah. Or Bane.
No, he'd be like a sleepy Darth Vader. He'd be like,
Pretty much.
My grandfather had one of those big face mask CPAP machines, and when he was younger, he used to be an Air Force pilot. And when I was taking care of him, there would be a couple of times where he'd be having nightmares in the night, and like would be like on the middle of a mission and stuff like that, and calling out orders to
wow.
like his wingmen and stuff like that. And I'm just like,
Wow.
I shouldn't
guy.
laugh at that, but that's too funny to think about.
all right. On that note, I do believe it is nap time. We need to recover from yesterday. So thank you very much,
Yeah.
everyone. I'll be in touch with everyone. That's our patrons. I'll be in touch with everyone that's eligible on what day. It's probably going to be like you're not going to get very much advance notice for our next hangout, realistically, because we are going to have to move our internet, and once all of that comes online,
of
we
the
got to kind of
things.
settle a little bit down. It will be very sketchy. It probably will be not super good, but I have thoughts that I want to think
Sounds good.
out loud.
out loud.
Out loud, yeah,
a
that's
group of
the
people.
important part.
See you guys.
Bye.